YouTube family, what's up? Ray Mack is in the building. Let me start adding the food. All right, y'all, look, check this out. By 3 requests, I'm going to go ahead and do this video for you. We're going to be doing homemade corn pudding. And these beautiful family members are the ones that requested the video. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for requesting this here video. And if you could, for those of you who would like to see me do other recipes by request, all you have to do is just comment in the below section and let me know what you would like to see done in the future. All right, and I just want to say thank you guys for submitting your requests, and you are awesome. If it wasn't for you, I don't think I'd still be here trying to build a channel on YouTube. So without further ado, we're making homemade from scratch Southern style corn pudding. So if you try this recipe, I guarantee you, you will love it. And once you put this on your dinner table, it will disappear. I promise you that. So let's get into the video.
Okay, the first thing we have right here in this pot is 1 stick of butter, and we just want to melt the butter. All right, so now what we have is 1 bag of corn. This is frozen corn, all right, 32-ounce bag, about 2 pounds of corn. All right, so I want to just take a colander and dump this corn inside the bag. You don't have to worry about your corn being thawed out at all, so don't worry about that. All right, so the next thing I want you to do is take your butter off of the stove. All right, we're going to add these ingredients to our pot. We got 1 tablespoon of flour, but I want you to take 2 scoops of this and add it to the pot. All right, make sure that your pot is off the stove when we do this. All right, so we're going to take 2 scoops of flour and add it to the pot. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 1 half cup of sugar. This is a half cup of sugar, and we want to add this also to the pot. Now, once we add the flour in the pot to the stove, what I want you to do is return the pot back to the stove. And I just want you to cook down that sugar a bit. That's all we want to do. And this is the other step. Now, once you've cooked your sugar down a little bit, don't worry about it. But if you haven't done it well, just take it off of the stove, okay? Take it off of the stove, and we want to add more ingredients. So now I want you to add 5 ounces of evaporated milk. I use carnation milk. I love that stuff, y'all, I'm telling you. 5 ounces, I want you to add it to the pot. But please make sure that your pot is off the stove. I'm going to say this because it's very important, because we're adding eggs also to this here ingredients. So now we got some maple syrup, and I want you to at least put in here about, I say a tablespoonful if so, or if you want to add more, you could definitely do that. You could add up to 3 tablespoons of maple syrup if you like. So the next thing I want you to do is to add a half of teaspoon of baking powder. All right, add the baking powder to your pot, and we're going to move on, and we're going to add our next ingredients. And the next ingredients is going to be salt. So I want you to add at least 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, and I'm telling you, y'all, this is homemade pudding, and you're going to love this recipe. So here, I want you to go ahead and take some of your ground nutmeg. You can use fresh nutmeg if you like, but I want you to add at least around about a teaspoon of nutmeg. If you want to add 2 teaspoons, be my guest, but don't add no more than that. Now I want you to take your 2 whole eggs, crack it into a bowl, and I want you to beat these eggs, all right? Beat these eggs like you're about to, no, I'm gonna get ready to say something, but no, forget about that. Don't beat these eggs like you're beating your kids. No, don't do that. But just go ahead and beat these eggs up, all right? So once we got our eggs beaten up, now we just want to add these eggs to the pot. This is the reason why I say take your pot off the stove, because we don't want to cook our eggs, you know what I'm saying, in this custard prematurely. So make sure that your pot is off the stove when you add these ingredients. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to return this to the stove, and we want to cook cook this custard down a little bit. Now, once we've got our custard, cooked a little bit, we're going to take us some vanilla flavoring. Now, once you've got your vanilla flavoring, I want you to add at least around about 2-3 drops of your vanilla flavoring. You know what I'm saying? At least about, I'd say about 2-3 drops, a teaspoon will work, all right? Now, this is how your custard should look once it's cooked down. All right, this is the consistency that it should look. You want it this thick. And I'm telling you, y'all, this custard is this custard is good. So I want you to add your custard to your corn right now. Like I say, if your corn is frozen, don't worry about it. Don't try to thaw it out or anything like that. You know what I mean? Because we want to use that moisture that's in your corn. All right, this is going to add a little bit more moisture as we bake it. Now, if you're tempted to taste this here pudding, go ahead and do it. Taste it. I dare you to taste it. I swear to God, because you'll find yourself eating the whole bowl up. So now I want you to go ahead and mix everything around. If your corn pudding is too tight at this particular point, just take your little bit more coronation milk, evaporated milk, and just add to it. Do not try to make this as loose as possible. You'll see as I add it to the pan, do not try to make this particular recipe loose. This is homemade corn pudding. All right, so now I want you to take your aluminum pan, go to the dollar store and get you a cheap old dollar pan, take you some of that baking spray and spray it well on the bottom and the edges. All right, so from here, I want you to go ahead and take your corn pudding and add it to your pan. As you can see that this pudding is not loose at all. You know what I mean? It's almost like cookie dough. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you want it. So once you got it into your pan, I want you to go ahead and start spreading it out. Spread it out from edge to edge, side to side. Just get it spread it out. And if you want to try to make a double batch of this, then you could go ahead and double the recipe. You know what I'm saying? I haven't tried it, but if you want to do it, then go ahead and try it. And if you do try it, hit me up in the comment and let me know how it worked for you. All right. So after that, you can go ahead and put this in the oven at 350 degrees. Matter of fact, the ingredients is going to be below for you. The measurements and everything will be below for you. This is how it looks right here after you've cooked it in your oven. You know what I'm saying? After it browned and it's set. Now what you could do is to make it a little bit more brown on top, set your broiler on high and let it cook just until you can get you some brown specks just like this one. So here, try this. The family love it. It'll be gone once you put it at the table. I want to say thank you so much for checking out Mack's Kitchen and Grill. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you like this recipe, please try it. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And also, click on my picture if you want to become a Mack's family member. And also check out this video and you will love it. Love and not hate. Love somebody and hate nobody. Peace.